rough around the edges when it came to nutrition and training and certain aspects of life, you know.
I remember Kai when he was just a little one, when he was competing at the, what was it, 94 Delaware show? Because I was there and I remember seeing him, and he was kind of stringy but had nice muscles, and I've watched him throughout the years just slowly growing, and then all of a sudden growing into one of the best pros in the world. And I always knew he had that potential. I thought so, even back then.
Kai Greene. I saw Kai Greene a long time ago. He was competing probably as a middleweight, somewhere in the neighborhood of 176 pounds. And he's small, but he is just put together. Every body part was there. He had sweep on his quads and little waist and a big back. And he posed way different than anybody else.
Over the years, Kai has built on his promising framework, adding many pounds of muscle, turning pro in 2004, and winning several major titles, including, most famously, the 2009 Arnold Classic. Despite all of his success, it is clear that he is not taking the Olympia lightly, and is grateful for Oscar's presence.
Man, honestly, we just got so much riding on this part of it. You know, I depend a great deal on Oscar, because honestly, this is new territory even for me.
You know, he's more really like a brother, like a younger brother, you know, and I care and I love him very much. You know, my mother considers him like a son. You know, my children love him. My wife, just, you know, just amazing. Just whether it was bodybuilding or not bodybuilding, you know, we had the same relationship. It just happened that bodybuilding connected us.
Everybody on a team has an assignment. A successful team is successful because the people that they have delegated to carry out specific tasks, they're doing it and not falling short.
I do need for him to take this to the ultimate level and totally devote himself 100% physically, mentally, and spiritually to the task at hand, without, you know, involving, you know, any other things, any other elements that come into that it could easily come and interrupt. So it's about being totally focused, you know, and dedicated, and not allow anything to come in and take any energy away. That's how it's gonna be, you know. The workout goes on and on. It is a brutal attack on Kai's shoulders from every possible angle. Each time I think they are done, they begin loading the bar again for yet another exercise. This is one of the longest, most intense workouts I've ever witnessed. And it's only a shoulder routine. I find myself wondering, how does he keep going? Where does the energy come from? The answer I get is surprising. In the midst of all this positivity, there is a dark side to Kai's philosophy as well.
I find out about it when I ask him about Ronnie Coleman. Coming up after this short break, Kai talks about the necessity of rage, and Oscar outlines his plan for success.
You can't be worried about your wife, your girlfriend. You can't be worried about your bills. You have to focus, on the enemy and attack and destroy. And this is the goal that we have, and this is what we have to do.
Prepare yourself for a new level of extreme power, pumps, and intensity. Prepare yourself for Code Red. It's time for you to experience the new era of nitric oxide pre-workout supplementation with Code Red. Muscle Med's researchers have taken a quantum leap forward in pre-workout supplementation with the development of Code Red. Code Red combines a clinically proven dosage of the pharmaceutically modified compound glycocorn with powerful anabolic agents, ergogenic optimizers, and ROS neutralizers to make the most scientifically superior bodybuilding supplement you can buy. Before you step into the gym, prepare your body for the best workout ever with Code Red. Code Red and a full line of Muscle Med supplements are available now at the bodybuilding.com store. I find myself wondering, how does he keep going? Where does the energy come from? The answer I get is surprising. In the midst of all this positivity, there is a dark side to Kai's philosophy as well. I find out about it when I ask him about Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman to me is definitely someone that was worthy of a tremendous amount of respect. I think the real Ronnie Coleman, though, probably will definitely never be privileged enough to know. Where does a man have to go in order to put 800 pounds on his back and say, I'm going to squat down to the floor and stand up as many times as I can before, I pass out or, blow something out, or, just the rage that would have to be there, inside, that, to begin to open up and talk about,
It comes from rage.
This dude put 800 pounds on his back, he squatted down to the floor as many times as he could before he threw up. You tell me, where does this guy have to go? I said, there's violence in there, there's rage in there. You say, well, you ask me, is it violent? Is there rage? I'm saying I believe there has to be. Because I just don't, until you try to put 805 pounds on your back and squat down to the floor, then you realize, I really there's something else that has to be motivating me to do that, because there's no way I can do that and say I'm a nice guy. I might be a nasty motherfucker behind the scenes, and I might be ready to really be able to call on that when I need to, and that's what makes me proficient at my job. Should it be being a linebacker? Should it be being a man outside on the line fighting for the country? Or, should it make me a good cop? Or would it make me, a good athlete right now? I think there's a psychological profile that I think, if you really explore it, it probably would alarm people to think about, who this guy must really be. Because you cannot be just a very simple person to explain, a simple person to understand, with that kind of ability.
This is the final workout before both of them fly to Las Vegas to train in seclusion for the 7 weeks preceding the Olympia. It seems like an excessively long time to me, but Oscar has his reasons.
Like soldiers go away to Iraq, so their families have to go, that's the type of, what they have to do to perform. You can't be worried about your wife, your girlfriend, you can't be worried about your bills. You have to focus, on the enemy and attack and destroy.